what's going on, guys? This is Mast, and welcome back to some more SMITE Conquest. Today we're playing a little Ne Zha jungle on the Season 8 PTS. Ne Zha got some big changes in Season 8 that's going to make him hopefully a bit better than he has been. Because in my opinion, Ne Zha has been straight up worst god in the game for a while now. Ne Zha got some absolutely stupid nerfs to keep him from being a support. And then he was bad, and that's why people were playing him support, not jungle, because he wasn't a good enough jungle. And then so he's just, you know, if he can't be played support, and his best role is support, he's just bad, right? So he's been in a rough spot for a while. I think we just go straight to red here. And with these changes will hopefully make him a bit better. But before we get into them, one thing that I want to very quickly rant about, and we'll mostly leave alone, is how bad Ne Zha's ultimate is level 1, and how this is something that hasn't been changed, even though they're changing other parts of his kit. And hopefully, if Hi-Rez does want to actually bring back Ne Zha as a character and make him, like, playable, that's a big thing that they need to work on, is giving him a better level 1 ultimate. After that, it's fine. Ne Zha ult's not overall a bad ability. It's just so bad for this one little point in the game. I don't know what that man's doing. That it's just, like, it's borderline unusable for a little while. I shouldn't say unusable. It's not like it's, like, not worth using. That's a bit extreme, but, it's really bad for what it is. Ne Zha Ultimate's supposed to be one of the strongest ults in the game, and at level 1, it's like not even close. It's worse than most jungler ultimates because it does so little damage. So at some point soon, we're going to take a look at that, but in the meantime, let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about what they're doing to Ne Zha that I'm actually really happy about, that's going to make him a more viable jungler and should help his kit. So the two things that they're doing, there might be like a third that I'm forgetting, but I think it's just two things, is they are making his 3 more reliable. They're taking off the crit aspect from Ne Zha Sash, and they're instead giving it better base damage and better scaling. So you're getting 50% more scaling, but no potential crits, and you're getting, I think, around 50% more base damage. I don't know if it's like exact or what. So that he hits overall a lot harder, early game a lot harder with a 3, which is great, but he doesn't have that surprise, I just crit you for 900 with my 3 eat shit aspect. And even though that was fun, I'm completely fine with them getting rid of that, because sometimes you would just get ridiculously lucky and you'd like pop your 2 for 15% crit. Oh shit, I got a crit on the Sash. Now I do 300 bonus damage. Just all sorts of stupid stuff would happen. So I think that's a good way to buff him and also make him more consistent. And then his 2 is getting changed in a way that's kind of cool, where it's now becoming scaling oriented instead of percentage health oriented, which is going to make him less bruiser and more assassin as you get into the late game, because basically it's doing flat health healing and then scaling instead of just percentage of your health. So late game, I want to say, not even late game, I think always Ne Zha 2 gave you 15% of your health with max passive stacks, if I remember right. And now it gives you early game, I want to say it normally with max stacks will give you like 8%. It's a pretty decent nerf. But late game, it'll give you like 50% if you're building full damage. It gets ridiculous once you get late in the build. So it gets really, really strong. The big downside is leveling the 2 matters more. So in the early game, it is a bit weaker, but then scaling makes up for it late game. And overall, I think it's a good change. So some big stuff for Ne Zha. Some other things to talk about in this game. Jungle starters, I think we're going to finally just go ahead and tackle now while we try and farm up in the early game. We're not going to be super aggressive with Ne Zha early game because our ultimate's so bad at level 1. So let's go ahead and talk about jungle starters real quick and the difference between those. Right now we're going the most consistent, the most reliable starter that I think most people are going to tend to build, which is Bumba's Dagger. It is a little bit boring. It's not like crazy boring. It's not as fun, I would say, as the other ones, but I mean, it's just because it's reliable. So I think it's fine that it's not as fun. But basically it's just old Assassin's Blessing. There's really not much to it. It gives you 50 health. It gives you 50 mana. You do bonus damage to camps on your autos and your abilities, and you heal based on the camp health and the mana. So it's basically Assassin's Blessing. In the past, that was called Bumba's in Smite. So this is kind of a throwback to that as well, which is kind of cool. But there are also 2 other jungle starter items that are probably going to get used at least a bit. Manikin Scepter is incredibly strong right now. It desperately needs some nerfs, but that's not really for jungling reasons. That's just for being bloated in terms of stats, so we'll talk about that. And Eye of the Jungle, which is sort of a unique one, and I think they need to find a better identity for, which is a little bit more of an early game power spike and a late game power spike, but not so good in the mid game, because both of those starter items don't give you sustain like Bumba's does. So if you want to actually heal up, get mana back, get health back in the jungle, you want to go Bumba's, but otherwise you're stuck with something that's going to give you a bit more damage, but isn't going to sustain you as you farm. So let's go ahead and look at Eye of the Jungle real quick. I'm gonna be talking a lot. My throat has been so dead. We've had some terrible matchmaking so far today, so I haven't gotten to upload anything yet. So I hope my throat doesn't give out in this video, because there's a lot of stuff for us to go over in the early game with new Season 8 things coming out and all. But Eye of the Jungle is another jungle option that gives you 10 power, 15 HP 5, 15% attack speed, and you do 30% increased damage to jungle camps. And when you kill a large jungle monster, which is like blue buff, red buff, the big one of like all the colored buffs basically. Hang on, do we get to turn this? I guess he's dipping. Basically all the big colored buffs, you drop a ward at that location for 30 seconds. The passive's trash. Like, I think a lot of people probably will get hung up on the passive. Like, do I want a vision item in the jungle? That's not why you buy it. It's so irrelevant 90% of the time because you're dropping a ward on a camp you have already cleared, and the ward does not last long enough to last by the time it comes back up. So it doesn't protect against invades in the future or anything. It's just like, oh, maybe somebody happened to peek your camp after you did it recently, now you know. So the passive blows, just so you guys know. Like, there's no getting around that. If you for some reason think it's good, maybe think twice about it. Don't really worry about the passive. It has almost no impact on the game. I think we fight here. We don't have a whole lot going for us ult-wise, but I think this is actually a pretty decent fight. Get a little sash on the man, get a little ult on the man. We don't get Vulcan ulted, which is Pog. Nice, good stuff, man. Yeah, the Ne Zha raw combo a little strong right here. Even though our ult does potato damage right now, the combo's a little too good for them to be able to fight us, I think. Alright, rude? Yeah, body block the shit out of me. Not that it matters. And then let's go ahead and talk about Manikin. Are you good? He's fine. We can talk about Manikin Scepter a little bit as well, as Bologna die. Oh, Bologna does not die. Let's go. We're probably going to run solo real quick because she's going to have to back. See if we can help her out. See if we can yoink some farm, more importantly. Who wants to help? I'm here to yoink. Don't touch me. Don't you dare touch me with your nasty hands. Alright, so Manikin Scepter is the other jungle starter item. Let me find it. And this item is super bloated right now and is absolutely disgusting, and it needs some nerfs. The reason it's disgusting is it gives you way too many stats. It's both a really strong damage item and a really strong tank item, and I don't know why Hi-Rez wants to make it even at all a tank item. It's supposed to be a jungle starter. Jungle starters normally aren't tanky, and it just doesn't really, like, make sense to me. It's very much like, be a hyper carry, do extra damage, but then also be tankier for some reason, which, like, it's normally an item you'd build on, like, the squishiest gods in the game, but it's actually so strong with the protections they've given it that it's, like, it's legit something you can build in solo, and it's probably the best solo starter right now, even over Bluestone. At least on characters that can take advantage of it. It's ridiculous, man. It's so good. So, it needs some nerfs, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the stats as we back right here, so you guys can see what we're dealing with. It already has been nerfed once, but they nerfed the damage, not the tank part. The problem is the tank part. And that's what they need to adjust. Oh god, I feel like I need to catch my breath, man. Anyways, Manikin Scepter, what this does is it gives you 10 basic attack damage, 15 physical protection, which is a lot. It gives you 3 flat damage reduction, which means any damage you take is reduced by 3. So it's really strong versus jungle camp damage, minion damage, stuff like that. Anubis ult, there's some random abilities that's strong against. Normally it's going to be that type of stuff. Yoink. Damn, I wanted to just start spitting it out like while we ulted that man, because that would have been kind of baller, but but I wanted to make sure we killed him instead. And then after those stats, you also get an incredible passive. Vulcan, excuse you? I whiffed like a bot. Hang on, put turret down, put turret down, put turret down, put turret down. Do it, do it. Pop turret, pop turret, pop turret, thank you. Oh my god, I love Ne Zha, man. I really hope Ne Zha gets more playtime. Ne Zha used to be one of my favorite gods in the game, but he's been really bad ever since they nerfed the living shit out of him. And he is a him, by the way. He is a him. A lot of people don't know. I don't think I knew for the longest time he's a him. Ooh, Arthur. We don't have ult, but we can maybe do a little bit to this man. We do have ring toss. We do have whiff. Alright, we're just gonna dip. Yoink. Yeah, so Manikin Scepter passive gives you 16 physical damage over 2 seconds when you auto-attack an enemy god, or well, basically an enemy. And then when you do this to a jungle camp, it's amplified 3 times. So it gives you extra jungle clear, and a ton of extra auto-attack damage in the early game, which is really, really strong. And so the reason this item is so gross is you get a stupid amount of auto-attack damage level 1, like ridiculous amounts. You're basically doing... when you add the passive with the basic attack damage, you're basically getting what might as well be just 26 basic attack damage overall as an item, rather than the passive being a thing, because the passive stacks 4 times, and realistically you normally will only be hitting people around 4 times at once. So normally you're not going to really overcap the passive, and you just hit stupid hard. It's basically how the item ends up working, in practice at least. And we get a gank right here. Yeah, they're getting super... Oh, God. Well, we do get a gank, but on her looks like dead boy. Oh, I whip. Fuck, man. I tried to turn on a Chronos before we got stunned. Unlucky. Hopefully we can at least keep them here. Oh my God, man. Is it fine? It might not be fine. That sucks, dude. I had some big whiffs in that fight. We easily could have killed Kumba at least. Unfortunate. I got some cheeky wards, huh? I don't think we get to go in here. They got 3 boys. Yeah, I'm a little too spooked. We're just going to drop buffs. But yeah, so Manikin Scepter has too much value right now is the big issue with it. I think it hopefully will get nerfed. I think the biggest thing is if Hi-Rez asks the pros how Manikin feels, I think most of them will be like, why does this item have defense? And we might get that removed. And if the defense gets removed, I think it'll be a great item, and I think it'll add some fun value to the game, where gods like Baka and Arachne, Mercury, gods like that get a nice little early game power spike that they tend to be lacking in terms of their starter item choice. So I think that'll be fun. And in general, stuff like Eye of the Jungle and Manikin Scepter, where you're not sustaining in the jungle, but you do get like extra clear that makes you truly a jungler. I think that's an incredible concept. I love that they're trying to add that. I just think they're a little bit off with both Manikin and Eye of the Jungle in terms of the stats for it. And with Eye of the Jungle, it's a passive. With Manikin, it's the defense. And if they can fix that up, I think it'll be in a great spot. Whoops, we kind of ulted him out of bludgeon, so I don't know if we get to kill him. Arthur, do we get to kill you? What do you think? Alright, we get to kill him. Nice. Let's drop blue real quick, and we'll dip out. Nice, we actually seem to have... I don't know why they wanted to F6. We actually seem to have a pretty decent game right now, which is nice. I've been really distracted, too, so I haven't been playing super well. Like, our mechanics have been alright, but I'm sure there have been, like, some ganks I could have gone for that I haven't, because I've been trying to get out all this stuff that's been building up in my mind, man. Big changes that we're dealing with in this game. Alright, we got 2,800 gold. That's kind of gross. Let's see. They've got a decent amount of magic damage, so let's go ahead and go Ansel again this game. I think Ansel's really good right now. We'll work on our brawlers, we'll get our beads going. Get a sentry like a nerd, actually play some wards, I think. So one thing that I have been dropping, that I forgot, we've got one more thing to go over. It's a little bit later, so we can actually take a look at how our ultimate is now compared to level 1, is we are going to talk about why Ne Zha ult level 1 is so bad. Because it's one thing for me to just be like, it's bad, and then, you know, people watching can be like, okay. So I want to actually explain why it's bad for anybody curious, or anybody that's going to be like, Mast, it's not bad, you're stupid. It's bad at level 1. Like, there's easy reasons for it. So normally ultimate scaling is generally going to be like, ultimate does a lot of damage level 1, ultimate doubles in damage by the time it's level 2, and then you scale, which gives it extra damage on top of that. Ne Zha ultimate is ultimate scales 4 times to 5 times depending on the phase of the ult, which is basically double or more of what it would normally be scaling level-wise for another character. Hang on, if we bait for on her here, we probably get a turn. Oh, I don't know, they're a little spooked, we don't have a tank, I don't think we go for this. So the scaling is absolutely ridiculous, which means naturally, like, for it not to be absolutely broken late game, that means level 1 is going to inherently be bad. And then it also scales pretty well on top of that. So, ow, I would like to not die. Bull can stop it. So that's a really big issue with Ne Zha right now, is that like late game and mid game, the ultimate is absolutely fine. Honestly, at this point, I think if you build scaling, I'm pretty sure on Ne Zha, like the ultimate late game is actually like maybe even too good. I don't know. But early game level 1, it's just so bad, man. It just, for whatever reason, they were so against Ne Zha support for a while that we're like, let's make the ultimate shit. And they were so focused on like, well, it already gives you a big CC. Why should it do so much damage? And they didn't really consider the fact that like, okay, well now Ne Zha jungle is just bad early game because like stuff like Susano ult does more damage. Susano ult's like just an incredibly easy AoE, like throw a tornado at someone ability, and it literally will do more than Ne Zha ult, which is really stupid. So that needs a buff. There we go. That's my little rant, okay? That's my little rant over and done with. But we finally got back around to it. Alright, what the hell's going on in this game? It's always funny, man. Whenever I don't record a game, which I mean is normally somewhat often, lately it hasn't been as much because I've been trying to get games recorded for PTS. But it's always funny how when I'm not recording, I'm so much more aware of what's going on, but when I'm recording and I have to like actually say things, especially when I have like topics in mind and stuff like that, oh my god, like, it's crazy how much I rely on just like, what's the word for it? Like subconscious stuff? It's not really what I'm looking for, but like just like my subconscious in Smite. It's like I'm used to the game, I can just subconsciously do a lot of stuff. Like, you guys ever wake up from just like, not literally wake up, but like walk around or some shit? It's like, oh, you know, I just grabbed some food from the kitchen, grabbed some water, walked to my room, whatever. And you like kind of have this almost wake up type moment where you're like, wait, I just did that and I didn't think about it at all. And you like trip out, you know? That's kind of what it's like when we're recording Smite. I don't know if that makes any Smite or any sense. I don't know if you guys can relate. That's kind of what it's like. I think we get a kill now. Oh, he has beads. Never mind, I lied. Oh, wait, did I troll? I'm so sorry, Bologna. I didn't realize we got a kill there. Hang on. Hang on. Papa's coming. There we go. Good stuff. Damn, she actually slapped him. Nice job. I mean, it really wasn't, but you did good. Damn, she actually, I don't know. I don't understand how she got him that low. I really don't. She did a shitload of damage right there. That's kind of gross. Damn, we're actually really farmed this game. I guess that's one thing we did well. Alright, this is coming up. We'll grab this real quick. Our team is clapping them over at purple buff right now. Yeah, this is one of the few close games I've had today. The games today have been absolutely ridiculous for me, where I've been getting a lot of, like, high-ranked, like, 4Qs and stuff, so the games are kind of miserable normally. But this game, it's not. So, like, been going into a lot of queues where it's like, oh, a bunch of really high-level Masters players that are, like, 4 or 5 queuing together. And then my team's just a random assortment of people. And, you know, naturally that means, like, our team loses, because we're not a 5 queue of insane players, you know? But this game's actually been pretty good matchmaking. Hello! That did a lot of damage, Jesus Christ. I did 500. So, it's really nice to actually have, like, a balanced game. We're up 1.5k. Instead of down 15. And that's not an exaggeration. We were actually down 15k at this time last game. All right, where's some boys at? Oh, you want to do Manticore? I'm down. Or I don't know. I want to call it Manticore. It's Scorpion. I don't know why I want to call it Manticore. Manticore hasn't been in the game for like 5 years. It's been more. It hasn't been in the game for like 8 years, I think. It's been ridiculous. Vulcan, what's up, buddy? This man's really behind. We should probably be trying to kill him a lot. Alright, so we almost get to upgrade our starter item. Unfortunately, the big downside to Bumbas is while farming it's normally worth, I think we normally don't want to upgrade it on a lot of characters. I guess it depends on the god. I think on Ne Zha we actually don't want to upgrade Bumbas. I think it's one of the few items that a lot of time you probably don't upgrade, because it's a little more specific in terms of whether or not it's value. Alright, try and get a beads here. Try and not whiff, maybe, would be great. Nice, so we got him with the ring toss, actually. That's kind of sick. Yeah, big whiffs, but we got beads. It's fine. We got beads, we got kill. But yeah, so the upgrades for Bumbas, we're not going to grab them right now, but we'll look at them just so you guys can see why it's not super worth, in my opinion, for Bumbas. But with these upgrades, this one is a little bit stupid, in my opinion. It gives you decent stats and stuff, so it's maybe worth it. But basically just upgrades your jungle damage and, like, your farming. And that makes 0 sense when you're level 20. You're not trying to farm anymore when you're level 20. You're, like, doing buffs, doing objectives. Maybe, like, if you're doing literally nothing, you're farming. But it doesn't really matter that you even sustain at that point. So they might as well just put in a different starter or a different upgrade that doesn't give you sustain anymore and gives you something else instead, is what I think they should do for Bumba's Spear. And then Bumba's Hammer, the second upgrade, is actually okay, but it's very weird. It's very just bloaty, do this on certain characters. It doesn't make sense on a lot of characters, and Ne Zha is one where I really don't care about having Bumba's Hammer, so we're going to go something else instead. Hello, you don't have beads. Do we just melt you? Yeah, so late game, our ultimate does some damage. This man just got one shot. Obviously, it wasn't literally just ult. We, like, Sash auto-ulted, but, like, he got deleted right there, right? So, like, late game, our ult's great, but early game, it does, like, 1/10 of that damage, so so that's the problem. I have beads. He also doesn't seem to care. I'm a little spooked. Okay, okay. Beads doesn't matter. We're dead. Wait, are we not dead? Shell OP. Nice. Ring toss some boys. We got an on her coming. I don't have an ult yet, so I don't know how much we get to do. It's not who I wanted. Whatever. Ow. Let's make sure we don't die real quick. We'll try and divine here in a sec. Or not divine. We'll wait out divine. We'll heal. Uh-oh. Big goofs. I'm trying to remember, did we get Vulcan beads at some point? I have ult now. I don't think we go for it, though. It's probably not worth. But yeah, so we can look at Bumba's Hammer in a second here. I think we're going to be safe. I want to, like, not troll while we look at the item, because it does a lot of stuff. I definitely don't remember it all off the top of my head. Bop! Alright, we're going to go get a Deathbringer. So what Bumba's Hammer does... Oh god, I thought they were doing fire for a second. Is it gives you a stupid amount of health. It gives you a stupid amount of cooldown. It gives you... not a stupid amount of pen. It gives you pen. Oh, we don't... Okay. Luckily for me, we don't ward. And the passive's really weird. So after casting an ability, your next basic attack deals 80 true damage. After hitting a basic attack with this effect, your active cooldowns are reduced by a second and you heal 5% of your health. So it's a very weird hybrid style item where you do more damage, you reduce cooldowns, and you heal yourself. But it doesn't give you power. It does give you pen. It gives you a lot of cooldown. It's really weird. I have no clue why they made this a Bumba's item. Like, if anything, I feel like it would be some sort of warrior item, which maybe it is supposed to be. But also, like, I feel like that fits more with the whole Eye of the Jungle tree and not as much with the, this tree, you know? You're dead. Yeah, we actually, like, we borderline one-shot now with our ultimate. Oh my goodness. Can I stop? I'm whiffing so hard now. I don't know why. Earlier we were fine. I'm just starting to potato a bit. Big heals. I don't know why Kronos is trying to split push. I don't think this is a split push kind of game right here, man. Oh. That's awkward. Alright. I think we do fire. Nice. Bologna can keep Kronos from pushing that. Yeah, this should be just absolutely easy FG. So yeah, Bumba's Hammer is really weird, where it's like you want to auto attack, you want to use abilities, you want to get value out of reducing the cooldown on your abilities. You also want to heal off of them. So very strange item that's potentially really good. Don't get me wrong. It's potentially insane, but it's also like not at all something you normally care about on a lot of junglers. So I don't really, it's not an item I'm a fan of. I hope they end up reworking and doing something else with it or putting it on a different tree, because just there aren't many junglers that I want to play that way. It ends up like, I don't know, it incentivizes like weird brawler playstyle. It's like, it's something I'd want on like Bologna, Osiris, a lot of characters like that, where I just like throw abilities, auto, and bully. And that's not an assassin thing, man. It doesn't make much sense. So we're selling Bumbas because both the upgrades for that kind of suck on Ne Zha. We will go probably Titans. Try and make sure we have enough pen that we can melt a tank with our ult if we want to. I'm assuming that's the play. We could also go the new item, which is another pen item. But I want to say that's bad, right? Yeah, no, we definitely want to build this on ADCs. Never mind. We definitely don't go it on Ne Zha. Oni-chan? Alright. I don't know why I said that, dude. Oh my god, please. I do not need to weeb out in the videos. I don't need your judgment, boys. It's been a long day, alright? It's been a long day. Please don't clap me. Yeah, I don't know why. We have Fire Giant and they're the ones running down mid. So I'm a little lost on that. I respect the balls, but I don't... Boys, please. Boys. They are 5-manning mid when we have FG. Go kill them. Go murder all of them. Surprise, bitch. Fuck. Alright, we should be able to live. That was pretty good. We got beads on, I think, Baka. We definitely got it on Kronos. Arthur should die. Should be good. Nice. I guess we're just going to push mid. I'm not going to chase Kronos. Yeah, good fight, boys. I don't know why they were pushing up mid. Like, that was so greedy. Like, we literally just, we all have FG? There's like, I don't know. I don't understand. Vulcan, what's up? Can you just, you know what? Can you just come here? Oh, he did, okay, that's bad. Did he die to Phoenix? I feel like he had to. Oh, Titan, get him! Let's go, dude. Titan coming in clutch with the bounce. Oh my god. GG's, man. GG's. So that is our little look at the rework for Ne Zha. It's not quite a rework or anything like that. I don't know what I'm going to put for the title. I'm not going to try and like clickbait it or anything like that. It's not like Ne Zha is an incredibly different god. So I don't know what like terminology I need for it, but Ne Zha definitely is going to be a bit different in the upcoming season because he's going to be more consistent and he's going to be more scaling oriented with the heal late game. And hopefully someone from Hi-Rez will take a peek at the ultimate and be like, wait, this makes no sense. And we'll get a little rebalance there. So this early game gets a bit better there too. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one.
I've been seeking for the glory. Say my name. And I've been trying to write my own story in the search for fame. I'm sitting here in this empty room. Walls keep tumbling down.